Hello? Hey, Tabby.
How are you feeling this morning?
Like shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems there was a lot of people in Colorado that wanted to help me but couldn't because they had assholes in their house. Now most of them got rid of the assholes, but they can't help me because I'm out of state.
Come on, man.
Dude, I got warrants in the state of Colorado. I will be back. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
Right now I'm trying to collect all the stuff from people that I should have had way back in January. A lot of people were going to make statements, but they never did, so I'm still harassing them about it. A lot of them quit talking to
Hey,
me.
I'm gonna ship that box today.
Yeah? Very good.
Yeah.
I got a couple of more days here. That's about it, though, so hopefully I'm still here by the time it gets here, but...
It's about 3 to 5 business days.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
You want us to send it to a different address?
I don't have anywhere else to send it to. Like, if... I don't know, I don't have any other address to have it sent to. I'm homeless out here. That's why it was so important to send that the first week.
Do you want us to Xerox, or not Xerox it, but copy it all and send it to you in an email?
If you could, that would be great. There's a lot there, though.
No. You will. Yeah, you can do that.
Well, if you guys were able to do that, is there any way I can get you to hold on to the paperwork so that there's still copies of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Most definitely.
Alright, good. I gotta try to get as many statements as I can about all the stories that I've gone through since Natalie died. But I gotta try to reach everybody who was there for all those. Like, God, people are a pain in the ass to get a hold of. They don't have phone numbers, most of the people that I know. So, I mean, getting a hold of them by calling them is impossible. That's why them Facebook bans killed me so much. I'd like to come back. I don't know what'll happen if I do. Like, I already know that they'll lock me up and they won't allow me an honest day in court. I don't think anybody else is going to get motivated to help me get an honest day in court. So I got to try to coordinate as much as I can from here before going back.
We will speak for you in court, man.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a matter of getting that court date.
Yeah.
I'm eating a pizza. A lot of people think I'm mad at them, and I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the situation and them not having the time to understand.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're mad at me at all, baby.
I'm not.
Hey, what post on my Facebook were you responding to?
I responded to a post on your Facebook?
Yeah. Here, hang on.
Oh, the one about the Great Plague. Yeah, that was, one of your posts was saying something about how I'd have to read it, actually. I don't have Facebook up currently.
Yeah, it doesn't show on my page for some reason, so I didn't know what you were responding to.
It was one of them scriptures where it talks about how you gotta basically beat yourself for the Lord. Go through physical pain or whatever.
Oh, when they, that was about a sense of self. I'd have to know the post. I can't respond unless I know the post.
That's alright, I'll look it up in a bit and send it back to you.
That's alright. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys could get as many statements from people that you know about me as possible. I've been having problems getting people motivated to do it.
Try to find your brother?
No. He gets a hold of me on Facebook once in a great while, but I'm too far away to see him now.
What about Bobby?
What about what?
Bobby. You want me to get a statement from Bobby? Red?
Bobby Sims, yes.
Okay.
I call him Shovelhead Red.
Yeah. Well, when Bobby said he was going to stop over, so I'll have him sit down and write something for you before he leaves my house.
Yes, ma'am. There's a lot of people who were involved in this that they didn't want to hear what I had to say. They just wanted to treat me like shit. I still got to try to get a way to get them into court, and I still have to try to find a lawyer. I can't do this through panic attacks, so they abuse me for having a panic attack.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make it stop. So what else are you guys up to today? Do what?
You're breaking up.
I wasn't breaking up. I wasn't talking. I was waiting on you guys to reply. But apparently the kids are louder than I am.
You're welcome, baby.
Tabby, did you ever think I was going to get violent at your house?
Never.
See, that's all this stuff that these crazies don't know. They don't know me in person.
No, you've never gotten violent. You've raised your voice and felt anger, but I would never think you would lash out on somebody.
Well, I've definitely had to defend myself, but I didn't have to defend myself there.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about being over there. I knew Josh wasn't going to try swinging at me.
Yeah.
He was the only person in the house that I felt was volatile enough to do it, but I'm not a little girl. I don't know. Like, I see so many of my friends have people like him in their houses and in their lives, and they're trying to work with these people who, well, like with Josh, you know, not wanting to stay sober. There are so many people like that. They just don't want to stay sober. And then they got all these loved ones who are going out of their way to try to help them because they're not sober. And like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs for help. I am sober. I'm actually trying. And these people are like, well, I can't. My husband, my boyfriend, my dad, my whoever. I'm like, you know, see, that's what I mean about family. And then most of them treat me like shit. Like I'm selfish for needing that. Like everybody needs that. I don't understand it. Like, why couldn't they just let me be the good guy? Why couldn't they just let me be good to people? I don't get to be, though. I get to be out on the run trying to find a lawyer with no idea what the hell I'm doing, no money. Like, right now, I'm living at a lady's house who, she shouldn't be taking care of me. I should have had all this done. I should have never had to leave the state of Colorado.
Yeah.
And that whole lawyer business in Larimer County, man, that lady should be disbarred.
That was bullshit, man. I've never seen a shit show.
Yeah, you should imagine all the shit show it is when you're not there. You actually made it easier by being there because you can verify what was said and what wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of people who are witnesses to a lot of stuff that happened, but I can't get them to write stuff down either. They're like, "Oh, Sean, I'll write you something," and then they write something that's like 2 sentences long in Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, "Okay, you're not getting the point." A whole bunch of stuff happened, and you wrote down 2 sentences. Congratulations.
When did you come out to Colorado?
Do what?
When did you come out to Colorado? From Nebraska.
I moved there the first time well, as an adult, I moved there the first time in 2003.
Okay, so that's when we were all younger, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
No, we were all older back then.
You know what I mean? Cool. I'm just trying to get dates down because I'm terrible with dates.
Yeah, me too. That's why I kept it on my Facebook. I can look back at my Facebook and it tells me the time and the day for a lot of stuff. Facebook is amazing like that.
Hey, do you have an email address that we can send them stuff to?
I do. I'll send it to you in just a minute. I was pretty sure I texted it to you already, but I'll do it again.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anybody else that you guys know that, like, God, I don't even know. I still need a lawyer. I still don't have the money for it. A lot of the court dates that I didn't get to go to, they use those in other court dates to prevent me from having honest day in court.
Yeah.
So I have to have people who can come contest that with me, and that's the problem with not having people go with me, is that I don't have the witnesses that I need in order to requisition the evidence I need, although the evidence still exists. The biggest issue is as long as people are allowed to treat me like I'm schizophrenic without anybody speaking up on my behalf, nobody has to listen to me. So I gotta try to... They forced me into a pretty fucked up situation, and I didn't have other options. Like, I didn't want to do anything illegal. Problem is, they were doing a bunch of illegal stuff to me, and I wasn't allowed to defend myself against any of it. So I gotta continue speaking out until something changes or somebody shoots me in the head. Having major issues with that. I don't like Natalie's family. I think they're a bunch of nasty urchins who belong in prison.
I haven't met Natalie's family.
Do what?
I don't know Natalie's family.
You might know Rosie.
family I know is Catherine Coy.
Is who?
Catherine. She's like the closest thing to that whole situation that I knew about.
Well, her mom used to hang out down there on Pearl Street. She was a Boulder rat for a few years, too. She was one of Rabbit's conquests. That's according to Desiree, who's friends with Natalie's mother. Of course, she didn't have anything nice to say about Natalie's family at all. Desiree? Yeah, she didn't have anything nice to say about Natalie, didn't have anything nice to say about her mom, didn't have anything nice to say about her sister. Basically, she said that she didn't know the twins except when they were really little, and she knew that Rosie's a whore. That was about the nicest thing she had to say. It's amazing. Why would you be friends with somebody you have those kind of things to say about?
Yeah.
But, you know, having everything stolen from me since Natalie died, well, since before Natalie died, because Ken and Leah stole my stuff all the way back in November, you know, early November. And then do what?
I don't know. I never really liked it, so I never spent time with
her. Yeah, she's got a son who's autistic, and pretty much all he gets to hear about.
Gabriel, the baby though.
Do what?
I babysat Gabriel when he was a baby.
Yeah. Well, they're still selling drugs there, and they're still. Leah actually said that she thinks Gabriel might have gotten a hold of some hallucinogenic mushrooms when he was a baby, and that might have been what happened to him. But she's not sure.
Well, if she wasn't putting fucking 5 pounds of ecstasy in her kid's fucking Tonka truck to transport it to the birthday party, probably wouldn't have had that fucking problem, huh?
Right?
Aaliyah was a terrible parent.
Yeah, she's not much better now. She spends a lot of time trying to get money out of people because Andrea died, but she keeps spending it on selfish stuff. There was a concert Gabriel didn't want to go to because there's too many people, which I understand. And she wanted to go, so she bought him a ticket, and bought them tickets, I should say. And he didn't even want to go. And then when they got back, she was complaining about how he behaved there. Like, he didn't misbehave. He just wasn't into it, and she was mad at him for not getting into it.
You can't expect an autistic boy to go stand around with fucking 20 million kids anyway.
Right?
If he really doesn't love the kids for fucking life, well then maybe better fucking options for the child.
Well, I don't expect much decent out of Leah. I did expect more out of Ken, and that's my fault. Ken had always...
See, I don't really know either person. I hung out with Aaliyah and babysat her kid because I was the only person that would babysit all people's kids so they could still fuck around.
Right?
I was at home babysitting my own kids, so we might as well go dump 10 more kids on Tabby.
Yep. That seemed to happen a lot, too. A lot of us down here at the bottom end up taking care of each other's kids. For me, I didn't have any kids, so when people needed me to go somewhere to help take care of people, I went. I got up and I went.
Yeah.
When I moved in with Ken and Leah, that was more to help them than it was to help me. Ken said that Leah wasn't having an easy time, especially after Andrea's death, and he needed somebody there to make sure she was all right. But that woman is the most selfish. All right, she's not the most selfish woman I know. My mother's actually the most selfish woman I know. But Leah's pretty up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I never liked her ethics in parenting, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who agree with you on that. There's a few people asking me if I needed them to testify against Ken and Leah, and then I wasn't able to get back in contact with them. Although I don't want to take Ken and Leah to court unless I absolutely have to. The fact is, it got to the point where I absolutely had to, and then I wasn't allowed. Like, trying to get the police to listen to me at all, not going to happen without somebody going with me in person. Like, when Graham went in there with me in person to go see my public pretender, you know, I'd already been in there. That was my third time going in to see her that she wasn't there. So, I mean, taking somebody with me to verify it was pretty important, and having Graham there with me to do that was pretty important. But for a lot of people, they don't see that. They don't see the efforts that I've made, so I must not have been. And a lot of people who said they'd help me ended up treating me like shit, because after months and months, I was back, you know, right where I started. And that's like a lot of stuff that I didn't choose. Like, you know, for you guys not able to send that stuff last month, that's stuff that, you know, I can't change. And once I was out of the house, I didn't have any control over it either, because, I mean, I'm not there to send it to myself.
Myself, yeah. Well, we put a test of pick on you. A whole bunch of shit happened real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna get out to you today, though.
Well, unlike most people, I try to find out what's going on and give people leeway for that. There's a lot of folks that haven't given me that leeway. They just assume that I didn't make an effort because I didn't make a deadline. I'm like, shit, there's only one of me. How am I going to make all those deadlines? When it got to the point where I realized that I was not going to have the money to get my car out of the impound, you know, leaving state was literally my only option at that point, because without transportation, I can't make it to all the meetings they want me to. And without that money, even if I'd have been able to get my car out, without that money, I wouldn't have been able to afford to go to those appointments anyway. No gas. And with all the evidence that was in that car, I mean, it was pretty important to try to get it out. All right, what did I just miss?
Literally, like, up to, like, where the cop car were. We were trying to get to the field house. Right. And, like, we pulled up, and we were so close.
Well, I can't actually hear what's going on in the background. I'm going to let you go. Is it right if I call you back later?
Yeah, Val. You ready to come through, bro?
All right, you be safe. I love you much.
Love you, Sean.
Love you too, Graham. Be safe, all right?